Hi, I'm Tammy.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are A Chick That Knits. Welcome to our podcast. We are back from Rhinebeck, New York. And so you all saw our last video where we put all our haul and kind of the Rhinebeck area. And now we're just going to talk about some of the things that happened while we were there. So we didn't want to overload you with too much on one video.
I mean, it was already an hour-long video as it was, so we didn't want to make it too long. So
yeah,
we're just going to talk a little bit more about Rhinebeck.
So we had a great time. First of all, this is the first trip that I have been on where not a single thing went wrong.
It was seamless. It was so smooth. It was amazing.
From the ride to the airport, the airlines, we did great. We went to our rental car, and a gentleman was trying to put our suitcases in the back of the car and was like, "This is too small. Let's upgrade you. Come, ladies, come get this bigger SUV." So we got
Ford Explorer. It was humongous.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We had plenty of room for all of our bags.
Rebecca drove Bev and I everywhere, so we had our own little chaperone. She did
Chauffeur.
great. Chauffeur.
I mean, I guess I was your chaperone too, though. I am your handler.
Yes. We didn't get into any trouble.
We did not get into any trouble. I was so nervous about driving through New York City.
Yeah. She did great.
On the way out of New York City, it was perfectly fine, though when we went back in, there was a little bit of traffic, which was a little bit stressful.
Someone suggested that we might look into flying into Albany, New York, which is just north. So here's Rhinebeck, here's Albany, here's New York City. So I would think it's the same direction, but it might not be such a populated, congested area like New York City.
No, I don't know that we would be able to get a direct flight, though. So we got a direct flight from Oklahoma City to New York City. So that was really nice. We didn't have to have a layover.
Yeah, that was
We
nice.
only had, a 3-hour flight. So
yeah. Even so, at the end, we went. I took an extra carry-on bag with just some light knit things in it because I knew we'd be shopping and we're going to have to bring some things home. Thank goodness we did, because this lady in her fleece.
Sorry.
Anyway, she bought a sheep that we had to put in a suitcase and bring back home.
Not a live sheep. I did not buy a live sheep for
All
anybody.
the wool off a sheep. Did you ever figure out that sheep's name?
No, I need to email the
It's not on the
shepherd.
paperwork or anything?
No, I'm missing a piece of the paperwork that they gave me while I was there. So I need to go through all my stuff again, see if it's in there. But either way, I'll probably email the shepherd and see.
Well, even on the way back home. So we kind of here, will this fit in your suitcase? Will this fit in yours? Here, we did some shuffling with our suitcases. And so on the way home, we had, if your suitcase weighs over 50 pounds, you have to pay an extra $50. And so my suitcase was 50.0 pounds.
It was seamless. I mean,
everything worked in our favor this trip.
Bev and I didn't have to pay for our suitcases coming back because we also checked a bag. We didn't have to pay for our suitcases. It was just an amazing trip.
Yeah. We had our Airbnb was wonderful. So we were comfortable there and we all enjoyed it. We made cookies one night. Bev made a
charcuterie board. She made I think 2 nights. The first night we got there, and then maybe the following night after dinner.
And we got to knit and visit. It was just a wonderful time. So we thought we'd come to you and we'd tell you what our highlights about Rhinebeck were and what we didn't like about Rhinebeck. And we really had a struggle to come up with something we didn't like about it because we had such a great trip. So this was my second time. This was
her first
time. So I think my most enjoyable part of it was probably Cake Palooza, which was a small event. There was crowds, but it was a small crowd.
It was a very intimate venue, I guess you'd say.
And being that I had seen the Rhinebeck, New York Sheep and Wool Festival before, it wasn't my first time. I think I wasn't wowed by that because I had seen it before. But I really enjoyed Cake Palooza. We stayed in Woodstock. And that was a small, charming, they call them villages. So there's not like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell in these towns. They're very small towns, and they're mom and pop stores, and it's just very charming. We loved Woodstock. We happened to be there during a film festival.
I think it was called the Woodstock Film Festival.
Yes. So just a short little jaunt into the village, and there were great restaurants, and we just had a lovely time.
Yeah.
What was your highlight?
I think, go ahead.
The sheep. The fleece, I think, was your highlight.
Yeah, that's what I was
That would
going
be
to
my
say.
guess.
Walking through the fleece barn and just feeling all the fleeces, I felt a little rush just because I didn't want to miss out on a good fleece. I had a little bit of FOMO that I was going to get a bad fleece. There's no bad fleeces at Rhinebeck, but I was hoping for a nice quality fleece. On the bag, it has little like check cards, kind of, and like 1 for $5 on like the staple link, the cleanliness, all of that, and mine ranked 4s out of a 1 to 5 scale. So I thought I got a really nice fleece. I have not scoured it or anything yet. Our friend Annie is here, and she wants to help me, so we're going to set up a date for that sometime soon. We have another friend, Jo, who might come, and she has a fleece that she needs to scour, so we'll probably have a scour day.
I have a little interesting thing to say that's not on anything we plan to talk about today.
Oh, good.
But so I had the yarn store in downtown Edmond. It was a much bigger yarn store than this. And we did knit nights and we did classes. It was your typical local yarn store. It was very popular and successful. So these girls that Rebecca is one of 3. Well, maybe one
There's
of 4.
There's 4 of us.
Yes.
4 including myself.
So these are people that just came to the local yarn store and for knit nights. And Rebecca happened to meet Annie, and Annie happened to meet Jo, and Jo, who's Maddie?
Maddie. Mm-hmm.
Maddie is the 4th one. These are 4 great friends, and I see Jo and Annie and Rebecca all the time. I don't see Maddie a lot, but I know she goes to knit night. So I just wanted to let you know that's what you can find at your local yarn store. I mean, so many of us are introverts and we enjoy staying at home and not getting out. But if you will go to your local yarn store in whatever town that you live in, you're going to hook up with other introverts that like to introvert with you. And so it's just a great place to meet friends. These 3 girls are best friends.
Yeah, I mean, we hang out all the time. Like, we hang out together all the time outside of knit night, too.
Yeah.
Annie's hosting us for a dinner later this weekend. And so we hang out, we have fun, we have a group chat. We're always sending each other patterns or what we're working on.
So these girls met at the local yarn store for a knit night. So it's a great place to go, guys.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of silliness.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the celebrities. So we had a good time. We ran into a lot of celebrities.
I feel like we met a lot of celebrities, especially like for my first time around.
Oh, me too. Well, the first time I probably didn't know who the celebrities were. So anyway, I know who they are now. So we're going to just run through and show you some of these pictures. We included these pictures on the end of our last video, but I even missed them because she's like, okay, bye. And I'm like, click. And then she's like, we're going to show you some of our pictures. So I just wanted to show them to you again because they were a lot of fun. So the first celebrity we met was Max the Knitter. So my daughter-in-law, she's going to hate me for this. My daughter-in-law, Lauren of Treehouse Knits, has the biggest crush on Max the Knitter. And let's just hope she doesn't see this, because I'll be in big bad trouble for telling you guys. But it's so funny. So anytime I see, like we're at an event or something and Max the Knitter happens to be there, she is so shy. She will if he comes walking by, she will run and hide. And she adores the man. So I had to go up to Max the Knitter and say, my daughter-in-law loves you. Can I make her super jealous and get a picture of you? So this is a picture of Max the Knitter, and we met him in line at Cake Palooza.
Like, as we were walking up, that was the first event of our day, and as we were walking up, there was all these different people in line.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. So we're standing in line, minding our own business, and the girls behind us, they're like, we know who you are.
We know who you are.
They're like, we know who you are. You've got the assigned pulling yarn, and we love your turtle dove colorway. Now, guys, how awesome is that? You are in New York City. Mind you, you're at a fiber festival with everybody that
loves
yarn and fiber. But to just be in a random place and someone recognizes your yarn and even knows the name of your yarn, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So that was neat. And I'm a fan of Chelsea Yarns, and Chelsea was busy the whole time, bless her heart. She was just constantly busy. So all you could do is like go up to her and say, just look at the camera and smile, click, and then leave. So we got a picture with Chelsea at her booth at Cake Palooza. And so that's fun with that. And was there any more celebrities at Cake that we saw?
Not at Cake, but when we got to Indie Untangle, Bev and I watched Needles at the Ready, Kevin and Ray, and my friend Bobby was super jealous that we met them.
He was like, you didn't get a picture.
We met them on Thursday at Pick Up Every Stitch, and we didn't get a picture.
Yeah.
So he was like, you absolutely have to get a picture. So we snapped a picture with them and sent it to Bobby, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you got to see him again.
So Bobby loves them. We had to get pictures for our friends.
Yeah. I love watching it. Kevin and Ray, they're really funny.
Yes. And then, so at Rhinebeck, there's a place called The Hill, and they'll say, like, let's just use Andrea Mowry. Everybody knows who Andrea Mowry is. She'll say, let's meet up at 2 o'clock on Saturday at The Hill and take pictures. And so we're at The Hill, and the hill is, it's a slope. It's not a hill. But anyway, so we're at The Hill. There's a ton of people out there. And so everybody at Rhinebeck is wearing their sweaters. We wore our sweaters. She wore her sweaters. It's the knit parade of the century. Everybody's wearing their stuff. And so we're at The Hill, and the most common project that I saw was Andrea Mowry's, what's the name of her sweater?
Framed.
It
the
looks
one,
like a
the
quilt.
quilts, the quilt squares.
When she came out with it, I thought, oh, there's so many quilters in our community. This is going to be popular. Well, I think her event was the biggest event. I mean, even Andrea, I think she's just blown away at the response of how many people were there for her and wore her pattern for her. She was so patient and kind. I got a picture of her armpit. So
she's like, look, I got a picture of her armpit. How cool.
Well, there's 100 people with their cameras trying to take pictures. And so you're just trying to get in between. Anyway, she posed for pictures later with everybody. So we got better pictures. But I got Andrea's little armpit. And you can probably see all the people around her. And then later, she stood in line while hundreds of people went up to her to get a picture with her. She was so patient and kind. And I didn't think about it till after the fact, but everybody that was going up there taking a picture with Andrea Mowry had an Andrea Mowry
of course we had
sweater
to
on, and I go up there in a Hohi Locatelli sweater and I'm like, I swear I have your nebula on my needles, I just love your projects. And she's like, where is it? Show it to me. And I'm like, it's in my project bag at the Airbnb. So I felt kind of like a
little dork.
A dork, doing that. But here is Rebecca's picture with Andrea Mowry, with Andrea Mowry's nebula pattern.
She was so excited to see my nebula. I mean, I'm sure she was excited to see everybody's, but she was very intrigued at what yarns I used. And so we talked about our yarn for a little bit. We talked about our assigned pulling yarn a little bit. It was just fun to meet her. She's very down to earth. She is so cute.
Oh, she's darling.
I just love her. Yeah.
So here's my picture that she took with me, not wearing a single Andrea Mowry project. So yeah, L. But anyway.
But we also had some of our fans come meet us at the Hill.
Yeah. So everybody has insecurities. And so I didn't want to say, let's do a meetup at the Hill, because if nobody showed up, I'd have my feelings really hurt. And I just didn't want to do it. But people said, I'm going to be in Rhinebeck, and I know you are too. Can we meet you on the Hill? And so we met a couple people that wanted to meet, and we had so much fun. They're the best people in the world.
So fun chatting with them.
It's Jackie and Beth, and their daughters were with them. And I just love that part. It's our tribe. We all belong in the same tribe, and it was so fabulous. But anyway, we had a good time. What are the other celebrities that we met?
You met Irina again. You did Fiber Chats with
Irina
her.
from Fiber Chats. She just got done hosting the People of West Knits for Stephen West's Mystery Knit Along. But Irina did an interview with me a while back ago, and she's been a fan from when I first started dyeing yarn. So this is Irina from Fiber Chats. And then another cool thing that happened. So was it Sunday or Saturday?
It was Saturday after we got done at the Hill.
It was Saturday. It was kind of towards the end of the day. Things were winding up. we went down and sat at one of the tables. Now, when you went and sat at one of the tables, there's several people at the table, and you have to go up to a table to see, can I sit at this edge of the table, because there's no empty tables. So you had to share tables with strangers, but we're not strangers. We're all people that love yarn. So there's not a stranger among us when we're there. But anyway, we're sitting there and we're eating, just chilling out, having a snack for the end of the day. And guess who walks up to our table and says, do y'all mind if we sit down at the end of your table? The grocery girls. So we were like, yeah, sure. And then they go get their food and we're like, oh my God, the grocery girls are sitting at our table. So anyway, that was fun. So we got to visit with them a little bit and chit chat with them. So here's a picture with us, with the grocery girls. Mm-hmm. And are there any other celebrities that we saw?
You got to see Lauren again, who's your daughter-in-law.
Well, Lauren's my daughter-in-law. She's a celebrity, but she's my daughter-in-law.
But y'all took a picture with Sorella.
Sorella. So you'll see a picture of Lauren, me, and Sorella. So that was really cool. I'm a fan of Sorella, and I'm a fan of Lauren, too. So that was fun.
Yeah.
I think that's all the celebrities that we
So
saw.
we were shopping on, I think it was Sunday. It was close to the end of the day. We were in Theater Book Farms. Was that the booth? And a group from Texas came up and was like, hey,
oh, yeah,
we know you. Can we take a picture with you?
Yeah.
So we stopped and chatted with them for a little bit.
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time.
It
was all good.
It was so much fun. So fun being around our people, seeing fiber. I mean, it was a fiber-filled weekend. We would go shop during the day and then come back home and knit, and I spun a little bit.
I would say the negative thing about Rhinebeck, there's a lot of people, guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, I took one video. I don't know if we can show it here. I don't know. We'll see. But we were on the hill on Saturday, and I took a video, and I tried to zoom in, and it's a sea of people, just a sea of people. And I'm an introvert, and I don't do well in crowds. I just don't do well in crowds. But it's Rhinebeck, so I'll deal with it. But anyway, there was one time where I was in a barn where I got very claustrophobic. I couldn't move. I felt trapped. I had to just get the heck out of that barn to get outside and get some air. Mm-hmm. And so I filmed it in the last video of me having my little freak out trying to get some air. But what's funny is once I turned off the phone and I went and sat down, I turned and I noticed there was a young man, maybe 22 years old, standing there with just tears streaming down his cheeks. And I'm like, are you okay? And he goes, I'm from a small town and I am so overwhelmed. I am overstimulated and I am overwhelmed. And don't these New York City people know that there's small town people that come here? And he just was having a moment. And once he got it out, he was fine. Mm-hmm. And he did well. He dried up his tears, and there were a bunch of us around just giving him some compassion and empathy and telling him it's okay. I'm freaking out too.
Yeah, we're all a little overwhelmed.
Yeah. So I would say just the large crowds might be a little negative. But if you go on Sunday, there's not as many crowds. Now there's not as much yarn. A lot of them are sold out. I went back to a booth to get more yarn, and they had 0 dark colors. They were sold out. So you do have to consider that. Mm-hmm. But if you just go and you understand there's going to be crowds, and everybody's so patient and nice, and so when you're bumped into, oh, excuse me, everybody's very kind. It's just...
I think you just have to be open-minded and know, like, there's going to be crowds. You're going to have to wait in line for food, though we didn't really have to wait in line very much for food. I think maybe because we ate at off times, but I don't think there was a lot of standing around and waiting for food.
No. The lines went quick.
Oh my goodness.
We were able to find a place to sit down.
The Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, that we had... Brussels sprouts were good.
They were so good.
It's pronounced gyro, but I'm an Oklahoma hick and call it gyro. So...
Can I get a gyro?
Can I get a gyro? But anyway, the food was excellent. Again, we had a great time. Yeah. So, beautiful finishing weekend to Rhinebeck. Mm-hmm. Maybe next year we'll be a vendor. We'll see.
We'll see.
We got a lot going on next year, guys.
Yeah. We have basically something planned every month next year. But we've been back to the studio for a week.
I have notes, so I don't forget anybody. We ran into Natalie in Kent. Of
Oh,
Knitty
yeah.
Natty.
I forgot that we ran into them.
Yeah.
Knitty Natty came to the house when we were still at the house last August. It was kind of a fluke deal. She was trying to come to our downtown store. Realized it was closed, but still messaged us and said, hey, like, so sorry we missed you. And we invited her out to the house. Excuse me. And it happened to be a Thursday. So she came out to the house. We showed her around. We were getting ready for DFW, which they were going to be at in a few weeks too. So we showed them our setup. They featured us on their Instagram. And then she came to knit night with me. So we went to knit night and then we kind of just had dinner.
We saw them and went up to them and go, do you remember us? And they're like, she's so sweet. Both of them, they said, do we remember you? She goes, we have to say that stopping at your place was one of the best highlights of our trip. We had so much fun because it was spontaneous. I mean, I had them in my garage sitting on the floor. I mean,
Yeah.
very homey. Anyway, we like Kent and Natalie. We saw them too. So
Yeah.
we got a picture with them.
But anyways, we've been back to the studio for a week and we have a new collection
Yes.
that's live. It's a pre-order collection. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
So we had talked about doing musicals. Now, this isn't an official musical of what we're doing, but we like musicals. And the Wicked musical is coming out in a couple weeks
As a
movie. And so we wanted to celebrate that. Who hasn't watched The Wizard of Oz? I mean, I'm 55 years old, and I saw that when I was 3 and 4. I can remember cracking pecans with my dad, watching that witch melt, and those monkeys scared the heck out of me.
The monkeys were really scary.
Were they scary to you too? I mean,
Yes,
as a
I was
child, they scared
terrified.
me. I was terrified of those monkeys. Anyway, so we have a Wicked collection. So we're going to show you what that is right now.
So this, what did we do? Did we bring the swatches? I don't know what the swatches went. Anyways, this is an assigned pooling color. This is called Wicked, obviously inspired by the colors and the, what is the word I'm looking for? Poster. The movie promotion. This is a crochet sample. Bev crocheted all of these little guys for us. And then this is the assigned pooling.
Now, also, we wanted to, so an assigned pooling project, you don't have to do assigned pooling with it. So this is a sock we made out of it, and it puts cute, darling little stripes. And we used a pink mini and a green mini.
Amy whipped this up in like 2 days.
Yeah, so that's what this color looks like right there, made into a sock. Okay.
Alrighty, this one is called Over the Rainbow.
Oh.
It has pinks and greens and emeralds.
Is there a crochet?
Did we lose it? We did a really fun photo shoot before we recorded this video. And we'll have to put some pictures here of behind the scenes. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a crochet version of that too. It's just as cute.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
here's a crochet sample. Cute. Alrighty. So we did that one. This one is called Alphaba.
I can't see, so I hope
No,
it looks
I'll
good.
help you. There we go. There's the swatches.
It's so fun.
This one is called Emerald City. This is Glinda. With her swatches.
I think that's one of my favorite ones.
Popular. With her swatches. And then Onyx, because we had to have a black to go with it all.
So there's a dark green. Throw that dark green up here.
Here is the collection.
that's the collection. So this is open for pre-order until November 9th, and then we're closing it down, and a new collection comes out.
The new one's really fun too.
Yes, but this is a blast, guys. I found, I wish I could crochet better, but I just didn't have time. But this is the base color, striped with all these colors. And it was so fun and vibrant and pretty. I bought the pattern, I got my crochet hook. I just thought I don't have time for this. I'd have to watch too many videos.
And we've talked about that we're wanting, or Tammy's started making candles and so she made this. Oh, it smells so good.
Yes, so this is our Wicked candle that goes with our Wicked collection. It's going to be, I don't know, it's such a good scent though.
It might have to stick around
yes.
as a different name.
So it's a very earthy blend. It's got blackberries in it, a little bit of clove and orange and patchouli. It's just a woodsy. There's a little bit that smells like a campfire a little bit. So I was just thinking out in the woods with the witches, and you know, they're all into well, I'm not a witch, but anyway, they're into herbs and you know, things like that. So I was just thinking out in the woods and the herbs with a fire going, and so the scent is just earthy and woodsy like a campfire. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so like Tammy said, the pre-orders open until November 9th. You can get it on all of our bases. You can buy the full 6-skein collection on full 100-gram skeins, and we also have minis available. So you could get the 6-skein mini set or minis individually, single skeins individually.
It'd make a cute cowl. Get some fluff with it. Make a kuma cowl with it.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of different options. Get your yarn in time to start something to go see the movie.
Yeah. I think it'd be really cute for a pink dress for a little girl, or some of that dark green for a boy. Anyway, it's really cute.
We love project planning.
All right, so don't forget our Wicked collection. It's good through, it's open through November 9th. Then we'll close it down. The candles are amazing, guys. If you want to try a candle, get the Wicked candle. It's amazing. It smells wonderful.
Yeah, they're 8-ounce candles, hand poured, 100% soy.
Sometimes paraffin wax can give people headaches. These are 100% natural soy wax candles. So, yeah, they're all natural. They won't give you a headache. They smell amazing. So I'm really excited about our candles. So I wanted to show this. So I'm going to introduce you to Annie. So part of a Chick That Knits team, you've got me, Tammy. I'm the founder of a Chick That Knits. You've got Rebecca. Rebecca does everything. She's my handler, makes sure I have everything I need, and very talented.
Keeps her head on her.
Yes. She does everything in the store with me. And then we've got Annie. Annie's a new member to our team. Now, Annie, I told you they met at Knit Night and they're friends. And so Annie is part of our team now, and you're going to meet her. But I wanted to show you this beautiful, look at this. Look at this. Oh, Annie, did you make this in 2 weeks?
Basically.
How quick did you make this? This is where I'm going to put my buttons, guys. So these are just little pins. I don't have my buttons on. But it's our pumpkin colorway, beautiful fall color. Look at the cables, and we used merino fingering, which is a fingering weight yarn held together with Surrey alpaca. So when you touch this, can you, look at the fuzz. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, come meet Annie. Hold on, we're going to get a chair for her so she can sit down, and you can.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. All right, guys, this is Annie. Hi.
Hi.
So this is a Chick That Knits team now, and you haven't met Haley. Haley's new. She's doing some of our social media reels and posts. Oh my gosh.
We had the
so
funnest
much
day
fun
today.
The funnest day today. If you are not on our Instagram account, you need to go right now. Right now. And sign up for our Instagram account.
You can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's a little bit of green left on my hands.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you've got to go to, Facebook. Are the reels on Facebook too?
Yeah, you can go to our Facebook page.
You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, but get there quick because we have got the funnest, coolest stuff that's about to come out. I'm so excited about it. But this is called Smoked Orange by Thea Coleman. And like I said, Annie is
She's a speed
knitter
knitter.
savant. She made this maybe in 2 weeks.
She finished this sweater in like 2
Yes.
days.
So I want Annie to talk about her sweater. So Annie, tell me about this sweater.
So this sweater is my first pattern design that I've made. So I made a really nice V-neck sweater in a DK weight yarn, and then was looking for a similar pattern in a fingering weight yarn because it's Oklahoma and I can only wear DK weight sweaters for 3 months out of the year.
If that.
So I wanted a fingering weight yarn version of a V-neck sweater with like the drop shoulder and the nice loose sleeves. And I couldn't find anything that I liked, so I just kind of made this basic pattern.
You're so smart. I'm just going to make one. Yeah. So, Annie, did you make one that didn't have the stripe first? Is this your second one?
Yeah, this is actually my third.
Okay.
I've made 2 that are a solid color without the white stripe, and then I made this one for DFW, and I wore it, and a lot of people really liked the stripe, actually. So I ended up adding the stripe instructions to the pattern.
This may be my favorite one.
Have
but
I
I'm also
have I seen the solid?
partial.
Have I seen the solid one?
She was wearing it this morning. Actually,
First, let me just say the stripe version is my favorite. I love the stripe and the stripes on the sleeves.
we may be a little partial. We may be a
yes.
little partial.
So I love the stripe version. And now I'm just going to say a couple people have been concerned that it's a little low. Pardon, I just put my hands in your boobs. That it's a little low cut. But she wore this all day at DFW, bending over, taking care of people, checking people out, and nothing fell out. And nothing, I mean, it was all good.
Yeah.
So,
And it's really easy to modify the pattern as well and raise the neckline up a little bit.
She has the instructions for it in the pattern too.
Yeah, there will be instructions or guidelines kind of on how to raise it more if you want it like much higher up as well. So there will be modifications.
what I like about this low cut sweater is you could wear a lacy bralette under it or a t-shirt and have a little bit of lace. And so I love the deep V-neck in this. I think it's
put
perfect.
mine on too here in a little bit, and I think it's also a good representation.
Yeah. And this is our seal skin colorway. It's if you Google seal skin, it's this color. So tell us the name of it.
So the name of the pattern is All In, the All In sweater, and it's coming out on November 11th.
It's her birthday.
It's my birthday.
Now, you're designing patterns. Do you have a business name for your patterns, or is it just any shark pattern?
Mako Shark Knitz. So Mako Shark Knitz. Mako sharks are a breed of shark that are one of the fastest species of sharks. So that
Her
was my
maiden
little-
name is also Shark,
yes.
and so that's where all the shark theme comes
Yeah.
in.
There's a place called Swig here where we go get drinks every once in a while. And what's the drink called that you like?
The drink I like is called Unlucky Ducky, and it comes with gummy sharks on top
Yeah.
of it.
Anything shark themed, she will have. We were staying in DFW, and she had her little shark pajama bottoms, and they were super cute.
Yeah. So, guys, she's been knitting for 20 years. She is a fantastic, expert knitter. So her patterns are going to be great.
Yeah. Let's talk about this first so I can change into the other one. This is the test knit that I've been talking to y'all about for a while now. This is the Bibliophile Cardi. It's all finished. I wore it to Rhinebeck. Look at the little tweed flex. This is, right now it's called Midnight Romance, but it's for an upcoming collection, and you'll see that later. But this took 4 skeins of yarn, I think. The pattern comes out on Friday this week. It's called the Bibliophile Cardi. It's by Alicia Plummer. It's super comfy. It was warm on on Sunday in Rhinebeck. But it was still cool enough that I could wear this. It's a fingering weight sweater, raglan construction. The button bands are knit at the same time, so you don't have to pick up the button band later, which is super nice. You don't have to worry about that. Is there anything else that I'm missing about this sweater? I don't think so.
So we're doing our Wicked collection right now. The next collection has this color in it.
It's super fun.
Yes.
We've been developing new colors this week. So this is my sweater of Annie's.
Is this the same sweater Annie's wearing?
Yes.
All right. So Annie has the stripe, and Rebecca doesn't. Has the solid version.
Put this microphone so you can hear me. And there's Stanley here. You all got to meet Stanley last episode at the very end. So this is my sweater. I made mine a little bit cropped. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's a little cropped compared to Annie's, but I'm also a lot shorter than she is. She's like, what, 6 foot? I'm 5'4". So I don't need a super long sweater, and I have a really short torso. But yeah, this is mine. This is out of Lauren's yarn. I don't remember the colorway name.
Now, as an observer, did you change the neckline?
I did not. I also have a t-shirt on, so it doesn't look as low cut.
I think your neckline, you worked how wide did you work the ribbing?
I think this is 3 inches. So you can work the,
So you're working the ribbing slightly more, slightly less can change the neckline a lot more than you realize.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even just an extra ½ inch of ribbing on the neckline raises the V point by like almost a full inch.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you can see down here is where my point is.
Yeah, which is pretty close to where
Yeah.
mine is. Without the ribbing.
Without the ribbing. So while you're working this, like, don't freak out that the neck is super, super low cut. Like, A, picking up the stitches is going to pull it in, and then B, adding your ribbing is also going to pull it in and make it not so low cut.
So, as a solid sweater, and then
With
as
the
a stripe
stripes.
with the... See, look how cute these stripes are.
The
I like them
stripes-
both,
the
but
stripes
the
are-
stripes really stand out.
Annie's wins. I'll say it. Annie's wins.
It was kind of a whim to add the stripes. I think I decided to add the stripes on the way to DFW.
Yeah, I was driving. Annie was knitting the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
she finished both sleeves, right, in the
Well,
car?
I was working on the cuff of the first sleeve in the car. That when I got in the car, and
Okay.
then finished the second sleeve. I think by that day.
Yeah.
So I didn't intend to add the stripe, but I'm really happy I did.
It's super
Worked out
cute.
really well.
And I love the sleeves. I don't like really tight sleeves, and so this is like a baggier sleeve, and I absolutely love it. That's one of my favorite things about it.
When is this pattern going to be available?
November 11th.
Veterans Day, November 11th. That's your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
You're a veteran? I mean, you're November 11th?
Yep.
Is that on Sunday?
It's on Monday.
Monday.
A Monday?
I think Veterans Day is always on Monday, right? No?
It's always on November 11th.
Okay, well then never mind.
I always had a day off of school for my birthday, which was really nice.
That's really
We
nice.
got another Scorpio in our midst. I think it's hilarious.
But we'll promote this a little bit more as it comes closer to the release date. So be looking on our Instagram. We'll have more pictures of it.
Yeah, we're just,
We're finishing up our advents. I think almost everyth's been dyed.
yeah.
We
We'll
have a
start packing
few-
them up next week.
We have a few little lingering things that we have to finish dyeing. But everything will be dyed by the end of the week. And then we get to start packaging
Yeah.
them.
So next week we'll start shipping out Advents, guys.
Yeah.
We have over 200 to ship out. But
It's been a lot of fun. It's been fun developing colors, picking out gifts, and all of the fun things.
yeah, so that'll be fun. Well, one thing for 2025 is we're going to travel more. We're going to get out, and we're home until February.
We looked at the calendar. I think it's February. We may have something picked up in January. We'll see. But every month we have some sort of event going on.
We'll be in
whether
Hot
it's
Springs,
here-
Arkansas in February.
Yeah. Whether it's here or somewhere else, we're doing something every month.
Yeah. So Tracy Anderson has a store called Hot Springs Fiber Company, and we will be doing a trunk show. She's hosting us in February. So watch out, you Arkansas people, you. We're coming to see you. So I think that's all we've got.
Yeah. We'll see you soon. Bye.